video, we are going to talk about Lil Tony. So Lil Tony is a gospel rapper, and his video is making rounds on TikTok about his story regarding joining the industry. So I'm gonna let y'all take a look at this video, and we're gonna get back and I'll give my commentary.
Wait, you had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Can you like?
They booked me for a photo shoot. This is what made me start getting into God right before I got locked up again.
Yeah.
This is how I knew God was talking to me though. I was straddling the fence still on belief. This is why I was telling you I didn't know what to believe because I was getting into all the spirituality. I ain't know what to believe, and God sent me a real encounter, so I went up. I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them like, how y'all get all this money? How y'all do this? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him like, bro, you playing game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop playing. Like, how y'all getting this money? He like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? He was like, he giving me a list of people who all did it. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let them peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you, just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. That's what he was telling me. I'm like, hell no, man. You playing, man. You playing. So I'm still not trying to believe this. And he like, this when they get to laughing, they like, oh, we need to take him to the booty club. Stop playing with me, bro. He like, bro, I can make it happen. Now, while they doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. So I'm like, all right, I see which one need to work on me. They take off. The people who booked me, they take off. Like I tell them, I'm like, all right, y'all can take me to y'all Korean barbecue. I'm telling them this, cause they was telling me, they was like, when I start calling my Uber, my flight was finna take off. They was like, man, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just get you a hotel and you can come get some food at our Korean barbecue. I'm like, at first I was like, nah. But then I ain't had no service to get downstairs. Get down the hill.
Right.
So I'm telling them, take me down to the bottom of the mountain. When I'm not telling them this, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna let them take me to the Korean barbecue. Then when we get down there, I'm just call me an Uber and go. So I tell them, like, take me down to a Korean barbecue. They like, okay, smooth, good, okay, boom. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me or take pictures, because he come up and he like to take pictures with celebrities to make him look like he was rich or famous. I get in the car with him in the 3-seater McLaren. This man, as we going down, see, on the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain.
Yeah.
On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So I'm like, what the hell? So then that's what I try. I'm like, okay. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, gang. I want to go get some McDonald's. He said, we not gonna take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me, you see Venom? Like,
yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. It wasn't like OD, like long, like veins, OD long out his face. It was probably about this wide. Like, face change. I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like, all I can say, bro, it was like, oh, kind of like the Sandman. Like how you'll see somebody morph into something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. So I'm confused now. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to get out the car. I would have been got out the car. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you gotta push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
So he backing in. Now he backing into somebody driveway. He smack our mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button and get up out of there. I see the button, I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him, I'm like, hey bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He looking at me like, oh, damn, no. I look at him, I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck. Bro. Like, please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God. He took me down to the bottom. Like, if I were him, I wouldn't have took me down to the bottom. Some random trying to get in the back of my truck. Yeah, he took me down to the bottom, and I called an Uber, and I just left. The whole thing was just, I felt it in my spirit. As soon as I got up to the top of that mountain, it was something off.
Something wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never seen no motion like that. Like, where I'm from, like, 100,000, that's smooth. Like, we hunt, that's hood rich. You get you 100,000, you up 100,000, get you a nice car, a little spot, you good. But these folk having real money.
So you knew, like, based on their stats, like, there was something wrong.
It wasn't even that. It was the fact of how, when I got up there, first of all, that whole mountain just felt funny. Then, when it was time for me to go, it started kicking in. When I was trying to get my Uber, and I seen that they had me at the top of the mountain, no service, no nothing. And they came up here. Out of everybody, they came up to the one spot. I'm like, man, hell no.
You knew something was off.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you even then, like, you knew from that moment, like, man, I can't be doing that. Even before you were fully submitted to Christ. And now looking back on it, it's crazy how, like, the devil will overplay his hand. And then you, like, literally, this guy's like, we do demonic rituals and it's like normal. And you're like, what? That's crazy. And now you're serving the Lord. And you're just like, dude, these guys, I think there's a big encouragement there just to let, like, our battle's not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And I really believe the devil's overplaying his hand now. And
he definitely is. He definitely is. That's basically what I was saying, though. I just want to give my testimony. The reason I'm telling this story is because it comes from me. Like, where I'm from, I ain't gonna say necessarily believe in the devil, but we don't really pay attention to the devil. Like, it's not big. We trying to get some money and stay out the way. That's it. Get some money, get fly, stay out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me to actually see that in my face, I was just, that's what made me know that the devil and God was real. But that's what made me start to understand what is the real God. Since the devil real, what is the real God? I was done it 2 years ago. But that was like a year and a half. But within this year and a half, that's what's been getting me closer to God. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, because you saw the darkness.
I seen it.
And now you're in the light with Jesus.
This is why I have to use my influence for good, like how you doing. Because the only thing that's important is winning souls.
So y'all heard that video about Lil Tony basically stating that he was taken to a mountain and he was around all these different people, and they basically was saying they had to join the Illuminati to get their riches and fames and money and cars and all of those other things. And so this is a story we hear a lot of times that comes out of Hollywood, and a lot of people who say, like, the industry is very dark, it's very demonic, and I know that a lot of celebrities like to laugh and play off as if the Illuminati is not real, kind of trying to debunk people who are speaking out against the industry. But whether it's real or not, there is something shady that is going on in Hollywood, given that if you just watch my Lil Nas X video, we just talked about him having a mental breakdown and potentially having issues with substance abuse, right? And looking like he just escaped from a Diddy's party. And so, like, even look at Diddy and all the things that came out about him, and how he likes to party and get down in the Diddy parties. There's something going on. And so I know a lot of people were giving a discourse about him basically saying he wasn't willing to sell his soul to join the industry.
It's the man Lil Tony was talking about inviting him to the mountain to ask them about I was in the comments lurking, and it was like Leaky and Ofe. Then I went back a year ago. So this incident happened a year ago. This didn't just happen. Lil Tony is speaking facts. If it took him a year to tell this story, bro, that mean bro was really like had to make sure his shit was straight. Like, I bet he had to get all his ducks in a row. Okay, now it makes sense. Then I seen this is Ofe. This the little bro. He look like the younger one. You can never tell. You know what I'm saying? But he with Big Red. He with Travis. These are not just, oh, I just ran into a celebrity. These ain't just average Joes. But you see how that first picture I showed you. You see how he living, right? He got real glitch cheese like that. take your Bitcoin cheese. Like what happened to bro that took 200 Bitcoin? He like on that type of time. When it comes to bread, so the shit that Tony is telling you, especially the part when he said his face opened up, everybody can't see that. The only reason why he can see that because he has discernment and he got a real, I don't want to get too deep on here, man, but everybody can't see certain things. Y'all remember the demon face syndrome that was floating around? I didn't see people shift before, you know, but you can't really explain that to people. But folks why you think I be saying glitches? I didn't make that up, but it just really, really, look at them cars though they driving. That's the McLaren, the 3-seater he was talking about. That's the whole drop.
Oh, I gotta go by. Hold it like this. I gotta go by. Yeah. Show this shit. What's up with my phone, bro? I'm over here in Cali. You got the Aston Martin DBX. The DBX, the Aston Martin SUV. Thank you, guys. Next time I see you, so I can like get up.
And there's another young man who videos making rounds on the internet as well, as he told his story about a friend of his who is in the industry and they both wanted to be rappers. I guess they're both still rappers. I'm assuming he's still a rapper. And basically he was saying how the man had a 3-eyed, 3-horned goat on his neck. Child.
Man, story time real quick. Please don't scroll. I also want to talk about the specific day that I realized the industry rapper that I was cool with sold their soul. So shit, I make music, and I knew a lot of people through basketball and things like that. So I knew this one dude through hooping, and he was messing with my music, this and that. And he told me, man, I gotta like introduce you to my brother, this and that. So I'm like, who is your brother? So he tell me the name. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm just like, bro, who is that? I ain't never heard of bro. But I get to looking. I go on Spotify, just did some research on bro and everything. Dude had like 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Like, he was popping. He really like industry for real. So I seen it as an avenue for me to get to where I want to be and everything with music. You know, I'm gonna get this feature from dude, and then I'm gonna just leave it at that. We ain't gotta be cool, none of that. But you know, he was inviting me to shows, just showing me how he living and all sort of stuff like that. And I'm just like, damn, he really cool. Like, you know, he cool people. I wasn't even thinking about the feature no more, nothing like that. Like, he did some features for me, and I just left it in the wind because at some point that just became my dog. We were just like locked in. That was my partner, like my real life friend, things of that nature. Like I said, we go out, do this and that, go hoop together, do something. And this is an industry dude. Like, I'm talking about a millionaire, like drive a Ferrari, Range Rover, big crib, all of that. But like I said, this is my partner. He called me all the time, random. We just chop it up. Also, so he just fought with how genuine I was. And, you know, I thought he was a genuine dude and everything too. So one day I'm hooping, and he called me randomly, and everything. He just wanted to show me a new tattoo he got. I'm like, bet, yeah, let me see that, huh? It's on the back of his neck. Flip the phone around. It's a goat. I can't remember specifically. Either had 3 eyes or 3 horns. It might have had both. And I'm just looking in the phone like, bam, just don't look right, bro. He gets to joking like, nah, see, you think I did this and that, like, sold my soul, this and that. Nah, this something from the Bible, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, I ain't the most religious person ever, bro, but I ain't never seen nothing like that in the Bible. If I'm wrong, though, let me know in the comments. Please let me know. But again, I ain't never heard of nothing like that having some good meaning or good significance in the Bible, bro. Not no goat with 3 horns and 3 eyes and things of that nature. And I'm talking about big on the back of his neck. Big, huge, bro. And you might think, oh, it's just a tattoo. It might not mean nothing. That's cool, but like I said, I was really locked in with bro. Like I said, I consider folks my brother, but like that was my friend, like for real. Like we locked in. I seen him just change, bro. I seen him just change. Since that, like on that specific day, I seen him just change. Real paranoid. Ain't want nobody kicking it with him. In the end, he ended up cutting off everybody. Everybody that he got close to. And I don't want to think of it as no manipulation tactic or anything, or he was using folks, but he just cut off everybody. Same folks he was telling he gonna put on, help them come to the top with him, this and that. I'm just like, shit, once you reach that new height, I'm like, shit, I wasn't even mad, surprised, nothing like that. I just took for what it was. Because again, at the end of the day, like I said, I just saw him as a friend. Not no route to money, not no route to fame, not no route to nothing. That was just my friend. But you're not gonna walk around here with no big 3-headed, 3-horn, 3-eye goat tattoo on the back of your neck and trying to convince me you ain't sell your soul, bro. And then you change up too. Shit crazy.
And so people are saying it's some rapper named Mike Dimes. Like, disclaimer, I don't know any of these young men. I don't listen to this type of music. I don't know who Lil Tony is. I don't know who Mike Dimes is. I don't know who the man who made the video about allegedly Mike Dimes, right? But there is something that's going on. Nevertheless, there is something very nefarious that is going on in Hollywood, whether the Illuminati is real or not, people are selling their soul or not. Girl, I don't know, but I'm just here to give the commentary and provide the video so y'all can see and make your own assumptions about what Hollywood is saying. Like, but there's so many people that's speaking out. I really have to believe that some of it is true because of the things that we see that the media puts out. Because even people from 3 6 Mafia and
I don't know about nobody else, but I can tell you we know we was doing with 666. Hey, we exactly knew what it meant. We got people comfortable with his name, and we made sure we made songs violent. Very, very violent. Sometimes we used to try to come up with stuff to hypnotize people, like repeated of 666, back-to-back 666. Where I got a bass line, you shaking your head, you high, Metallica and all that. That's what I brought in the group. The diversity of like, hey, why don't we just put some of this rock shit over a hard-ass rap track. I even had the satanic books, the little warlock materials, you know, every warlock gotta have a dagger, cut the little point stars, whatever, little candles and shit. I had all that, I was into all that. So some folks were scared of it and left, put it like that. But me, I meant what I was saying. I definitely meant it. I said, so God, you're gonna play like that, huh? Well, I got you. I'm gonna make black folks comfortable with 666. Back then, black folks was like scared of this shit. You know, they wasn't too much on it. You know, then they start listening to it and go to church. They say they Christians, but they bumping 666. You get what I'm saying? So my job was out of anger to make black people get comfortable with their name. And I was very intelligent with it because I read a lot about it. I read a lot and I put all that into the music and the energy. You get what I'm saying? Because how you get Satan's name going, you get the kids to liking it. Now today, see, I think we was one of the first people to break it like that. You would think 666 would have been a rock and roll band. So I think I was used by Satan, and I think he's a bitch.
y'all saw that, is speaking out in regards of their time in the industry and what they were doing as far as like putting certain energy into the music. So it's like, girl, what is going on? Like, what is really, it's scary to think about that these occult type practices could really be going on behind the scenes. I'm inclined to believe it's true. Like, I'm not even gonna shade y'all, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. As y'all will learn, as y'all watch more of my videos, I do lean towards more of what people term or coin as the conspiracy side, where it's my tin hat. Like, that's just who I am. That's just, you know, because I hear it so much. There has to be some truth to it, whether all of it is, I don't believe that it's all fabricated. Like, there are people who are intentionally speaking out saying, this is what I did when I was in the industry, or this is what I see when I was in the industry. So I'm like, yeah, it's a hot topic, it's a hot button topic because a lot of people like to talk about it, but people before, you know, now have been saying these things. And so Lil Tony, who has now transitioned from, like, I guess, whatever, like the general rap music that we have, that we hear out today, like the Young Thugs, the 21 Savages, is now on the gospel side of things in terms of like the type of rap music he makes, because he saw what he claims he saw what he saw in the industry, and he didn't want any parts of it. And so, girl, I don't know, I just wanted to get on here, give my commentary and talk about it. And let you know, I do think there's some truth to it, and I just want to, you know, get the conversation going. I want to know what y'all thoughts are in regards to Lil Tony, and even a young man who spoke out about his friend who had the goat girl tatted on his neck. But anyways, you guys, my name is Brittany Janae. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. It's Brittany Janae, and I have something super duper special to share with y'all. I now have memberships on my channel. How exciting. Oh my god, I'm super excited. So if you join my membership, it comes with exclusive perks, you guys, with behind the scenes content, videos that I will only upload first for my very exclusive members, and evergreen content that I cannot post out here on YouTube because of Google or YouTube policies, right? So hit the join button and figure out which tier you want to join and what fits you best, and let's continue to grow this community. I am forever grateful, humble, and I'm excited. Let's get it!